Hello and welcome back to Tag Week. Today I will be doing the makeup book tag. I was tagged by Liz with about 1,000,000 Z's, and when I looked into this tag it looks like there are actually two original versions. Two different people created it separately, so I kind of looked through both and picked the questions that I liked and will be kind of combining the two. But I will leave links to both tags and the questions below. Basically the premise of both is taking items of makeup and using those to interpret a question about books. I think that's pretty straightforward, so here we go. Question 1, acne remover. Which book do you wish you could remove from memory? On the one hand, I don't want to remove anything from memory because that is an experience that you had, and even the bad ones help you know what you're looking for and what you don't want in a book. But if I had to pick one, it would be Betwixt by Tara Bray-Smith, which is one of the worst books I've ever read. It was so awful. I will leave a link to my review in the info, but oh my lord. Then we have our foundation, which is your favorite first book in a series. I have many. This was kind of a hard one for me, but I think probably the one that kind of I hold closest to my heart is Poison Study, for many reasons. First of all, I've loved this book for a long time. It's been out for 10 years, so I've loved this book for a decade, and it is such a strong start to a series and so memorable, and I really enjoyed it. But then it also has personal memories, so I enjoyed it with my book club and with my good friends, and we've all loved this book to the point that we actually flew Maria into town and had a whole weekend with her, and so it's got those associated memories with it, and of me making poisons for us to have with dinner and just really fun stuff like that. So both as a first in a series and for personal reasons, I'm gonna go with this. Question 3, mascara or lash primer, because they both kind of had this question in both tags, but it is the longest book you own. I didn't go through my Goodreads, which I should have done. Let's do that right now, shall we? Alright, so not including omnibuses or anthologies or textbooks that I own, of which the Norton anthologies would probably win hands down. I was thinking it was This Is All, the Pillow Book of Cordelia Ken, but it turns out that's not that long, it just is super thick. And I was thinking if not that, then probably Under the Dome by Stephen King, but that's not it either according to Goodreads. It's The Witching Hour by Anne Rice, which is 1,200 pages. And yes, that was a damn long book. Up next we have Eye Primer, which is a book or series with your favorite world building, and this is a tough one because there are some excellent worlds out there, and that is a make it or break it thing for me, but I am gonna go with the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. This is actually book 4, but oddly enough this was the first book of the series that I read, and I know, if you've read that series, I know that's really weird, but also kind of perfect place to start if you're gonna read things out of order, because it's kind of its own thing. It was just completely by accident, but I fell in love with the series in large part due to the world building. And as those of you who watched the Unpopular Opinions tag know, this is the only series by Stephen King, or only set of his writing, period, that I enjoy and have been able to read. Everything else I've tried by him, just can't. Then we have EYESHADOW, which is a pretty book cover, and I'm gonna go with Burn Bright, which I showed in one of my tags on Instagram a couple of days ago. I did the book square tag and I used it as an excuse to showcase some of my favorite covers that have something unique about them. Burn Bright is one of my favorite covers of all time. It is a work of art in itself, and I don't know how well it's gonna show up, but the reason that this is so unique to me and so lovely, beyond the gorgeous cover art, is in the title font. I don't know what it's made of, but it looks and feels like silk, and it glows. It catches the light and glows. It is stunning, and I don't think you can see it. If you're able to get your hands on a physical copy of this, just pick it up and look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. Number 6 is EYELINER, a book that is dark and mysterious. And I'm gonna go with Charm and Strange by Stephanie Keane. And it's kind of funny because I haven't actually read this. I can't say that it necessarily fits it the best, but it was the first thing that came to mind and just kind of screams dark and mysterious to me. Not only the cover, but the synopsis, everything about it seems like it would be. Then we have Bronzer, which is a highlight of your reading career, and I don't know why we would choose bronzer to represent a highlight rather than highlighter, but whatever, I didn't make the tag. I don't know really how you choose a highlight of your reading career. I don't know if that just means like book that you really loved or when you really became a reader or something, but I'm gonna go with kind of things that have come as part of being a reader. So for me, book blogging and vlogging obviously are a highlight of my reading career, and I love the places that they've taken me, and through those kind of physical manifestation of that is being listed or thanked in books, like in the acknowledgements or in little like extras. That's freaking awesome, and it's happened a few times, and it's just kind of giddy making, so I'm gonna go with that. Then we have Blush, which is a cringe-worthy romance, and there are lots, and there are probably even better ones than this, but the one that immediately came to mind, and I hate that this is kind of a low-hanging fruit, but it's Bella and Edward. Now, I almost talked about it in the unpopular opinions tag. I don't hate Bella and Edward or Twilight the way everyone seems to. I didn't jump on that bandwagon, partly because it did seem like such a bandwagon. You had people hating it that had never read or seen it, so that I find really obnoxious. Even though I don't hate them or find them quite as problematic as people do, though I do understand why people find them problematic, there is definitely some cringeworthiness, if only in the fact that Edward eats his way through Bella's stomach to free their unborn child. That is possibly one of the cringeworthiest things I've ever read. And lastly, we have Finishing Powder, which is your favorite last book in a series. And I know that there's something that I'm not thinking of. Like, it's right there, just kind of on the tip of my tongue and not coming to me. But I know there was a series that I felt like just ended perfectly. I can't think of it. So another one that I also kind of feel like that, and I know I'm in the minority on this, is, again, the Dark Tower series. The ending made a lot of people angry. But for me, though I completely understand why it did, it was the perfect ending for the story. I don't want to give anything away because it'd be a huge spoiler. It ended the way I felt that it should, that suited the story and suited the characters, and is frustrating, but frustrating in the right ways. But then Stephen King went and added on an 8th book, The Wind Through the Keyhole, which I own, but I haven't read because I don't want to lessen the impact of that very unique and frustrating and powerful ending. But then when I was doing this, I went and looked it up on Goodreads, and The Wind Through the Keyhole is listed as book 4.5, as being put in between Wizard and Glass and The Wolves of the Calla. So now I don't know what to think. Like, should I read it? Is it gonna notch in there nicely? Do I need to reread the whole series to get how it fits in and adds? Like, why did it need to be inserted in there? Or is it a side story? Like, what's going on? So if you have read the full series, including Wind Through the Keyhole, let me know what I should do in the comments, because I have been torn on that book for so long, and now like my whole world is just in a tizzy. I don't even know. Now you'll notice I didn't do a lipstick, which is surprising because that's definitely my favorite thing, as I imagine most of you could probably guess. But I didn't like the questions for either of those, so no answer for that one. However, it did inspire an idea of my own, so we might be revisiting tags again in the future because the gears are turning. And there you have it. That is the makeup book tag. As for tagging, I tag everyone who is wearing mascara today. If you are wearing mascara watching this right now, you've been tagged, or if you want to do this tag. But that is all for now. Hope to see you back tomorrow for the last tag of Tag Week, and of course check out Instagram as well, where I have been doing tags there too. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy reading!